So how do you avoid protein overload? Well, first of all, you want to use protein treatments, especially intense protein treatments, only when it's necessary. Even in cases of severe damage, protein may not necessarily be the first thing you want to go to. You want to choose a protein treatment that has rich moisturizing ingredients, or opt to follow protein treatments with a deep conditioner so it can soften the hair. If you're really not sure whether a protein treatment is right for you, you want to consult your stylist for recommendation, because protein may not be the first thing. And if protein is needed, your professional stylist is going to know how to balance that protein with moisture so that you don't walk away experiencing the dryness. However, if you are a DIY person and you just want to do it yourself, like my cousin Sharonda, you know, it's okay. You take that risk when you do things with your hair when you don't have a professional involved to really analyze. And so if you do experience protein overload, basically the dry, stiff feeling can be corrected by adding moisture to the hair. This is why it's so important initially to balance the moisture and the protein. If you have too much protein on the hair, the only thing you can do is add moisture and more moisture to try to penetrate that protein and get to the hair. Also, experiencing overload is a sign that your hair is not really damaged and doesn't need the additional protein. So, leave protein treatments out of your hair care routine for some time. Let your hair grow. As the new hair grows in, of course, that hair is virgin. It doesn't have the protein on it. And as you apply more moisture to the hair, that can sort of balance the amount of protein overload that you're experiencing. You want to be mindful of the ingredients in the products that you use. If you've already had a recent bout with protein overload, you want to make sure that there isn't proteins or hydrolyzed proteins in your products that you may be using. A lot of products contain proteins, but because they have so much moisture and other ingredients in the product, it goes really unnoticed. You won't oftentimes experience protein overload just because you have some proteins in your products, unless you're a person that has low porosity hair. But if your hair has already reached its protein limit and gone over the limit, you definitely want to be mindful if you're using products that have protein in it, especially if you're using a product line and all of the products that you tend to layer include protein, because that of course is just adding additional protein, and that's what you're trying to combat. I see a lot of natural hair forums, natural hair Facebook groups, and etc., where people are talking about natural hair and people are experiencing issues, and a lot of times people quickly throw out their, oh, try protein, put protein in, do a protein treatment, and the backside of it is that it could make the problem worse. And so that's why it's really important, and I always encourage you guys that if you're having some real issues with your hair, definitely see a professional stylist who can evaluate your hair, who has the knowledge and expertise, and then that's actually looking at your hair, versus going online to somebody who can't really see and evaluate your hair from a professional perspective. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to answer them as best I can, or refer to the professional stylists that I use as resources to help answer your questions. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Heat memory.
Oh girl, yes. Oh, your problem. I know all your issues end up on my